Hey everyone, this is Jason Long with Life After. I hope you were having a phenomenal new year and had a great holiday season all around. I wanted to come to you today. I'm starting a new series. First off, for the next month, I'm going to be doing a daily video. Getting these out once a day with something, either a how-to, going through mystery boxes, something on health, or as I'm losing weight, and just an update on that. And moving forward, just giving you something daily for the month of January. We'll see how we go after that, but I wanted to let you know that. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification if you like these videos, because this is actually the first part of a 4-part series on goal setting and how I am working on my goals this year, and ideas for you to help better your goals and your New Year's resolutions. So let's start off. Today I wanted to talk to you about setting SMART goals. That's actually an acronym, SMART, and we'll go through that on how to do that. I actually first learned about this from Pat Flynn of Passive Income Podcast. I don't think he was the first one, but it is something if you want to look up Pat Flynn, Passive Income Podcast. He has some really good stuff on goal setting that he does around this time every year, or you can look up previous podcasts. But SMART goals, the first one is, the S is specific, and that is that way you have specific areas of improvement. This way you're not looking at just a wish, you're having an actual goal, you're moving towards a plan of action. So say instead of saying I plan to write, I'm going to plan to write for 15 minutes. Or I plan to write for a page a day. Depending on the goal, you can actually set minimums. Those are fine. For instance, if I'm trying to lose 15 pounds a month, if I lose 16, I'm not going to be upset about it. But that gives you something to go on. And then similar to that, the M is measurable. Actually make sure it's a measurable goal, something you can quantify, that you can break down that goal. So say I want to write 100 pages in the next 3 months. Instead of saying I'm going to write 100 pages, because that's a huge goal, I can then, once I have that goal, I can say I'm going to write 30 pages by the end of January. And that gives you a better idea for the goal. It's something measurable. You know you're working towards it. You know you're progressing or you're not progressing, and you can reevaluate if you're not progressing. This will allow you to readjust if you need to. If you're, in the middle of February and you're like, probably not gonna get that 100 pages done. I'm not really started it, or something came up, whatever it may be. Then you can say, all right, let's readjust. Is this actually a goal I want to do? Is this something, and how am I going to accomplish it if that be, or am I going to change it to make it more feasible, to make it more reasonable, to make it work out better? The next one is assignable or actionable. And depending on who you study these from, is assignable. Is this something that you're doing, or is it something somebody else is going to do? You're setting a goal for your company, you're setting something to be done, and you're going to tell somebody else to do it, or you're going to do it. And is it actionable? What are the action steps you are going to take to get this done? This is why long-term dreams can be good. So Gary Vaynerchuk has this idea. His long-term goal dream is to own the New York Jets, but he's not really able to set short-term goals on that. That's motivation for the future, but it's not really something to plan on. But short-term goals actually allow you to do that a lot better, and so you can actually take action on that. And it also allows you to have moments of celebration as well, and it makes sure that it's worthy of your time. And then relevant is the R. Is this something actually important to you? There's a lot of things you may enjoy doing. Say, I'm going to beat this video game. And hey, if you're a YouTuber that plays video games, maybe that's actually very relevant to you. But if your goal is to build a business, to to spend to get out of debt. Maybe that's not a goal you should be setting right now. Maybe that's something you should set in the future, or maybe you should set that set that as some sort of award when you complete your goals. For instance, learning German could be very fun, but I'm in Texas. I'm not going to use a lot of German language, but I could use a lot of Spanish language. Selling on Facebook, I can tell you about 50% are on Spanish speaker only in my area. So that gives you something that's much more reliable, usable on that end, and much more relevant to your life. And then time related. What's the time you're going to use? Is it going to be accomplished in? Saying I'm going to accomplish it by the end of the year. Some goals are that big, you'll need that, but try to break it down into something smaller, to smaller steps. Tomorrow's video is actually going to be on why I don't set yearly goals for the most part, and I only have 12 week years. My year only lasts 12 weeks, so I have to focus. But I'll go into more on that tomorrow. So my goals do not, for the most part, go out past 12 years. But this, again, all of this, if you set your SMART goals, you're able to keep them in front of you. You're able to make sure they're measurable. You know they're specific. You know they're relevant. You know this is something important to your life and that it matters. And so that way that you can come back to it and you can keep looking at it and keep adjusting. And come back tomorrow to learn more about why I'm only going to set 12-week goals and New Year's resolutions for this year. And I'll be doing that every 3 months. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications.